What up, people? So, I don't even know if you're gonna be able to see me. Oh man, one of those days. And I'm in Denver. I delivered this morning. Um, I can't pick up until the morning. Then I go to Idaho and then back to Michigan. I'm already booked out. I got lucky with a load going back to Detroit. Well, lucky. I mean, with all the rates going crazy, I managed to get $1.80, which a couple weeks ago could have got like probably 2.5 or 2.25. It is what it is. But this video shouldn't be too long. There's a guy. He's plowing the snow with a tractor. That's how they do it in Denver, Colorado, in the mountains. Shit gets real out ya. Yeah, so this video is about, well, as you can see in the title, a truck driver hit me while I was parked at the Pilot Flying J in Denver, Aurora. Earlier today, I was inside and Denny's eating some pancakes. And I come back out to my truck and I didn't notice it at first. And then I got in my truck and I was gonna start her up and looked in my mirrors, and my passenger side front mirror and then my side mirror was completely bent, and all effed up off the track and everything. And then my front mirror was bent too. And then I'm like, I know I didn't hit nobody. So I go out there and I look, and the little front, as you can see in that picture, yeah, it's not much. But when you pay, $1,200 a month, and then you pay what I pay in insurance to keep this thing on the road and all your other expenses, and my truck, yeah, it's an international, and it's a 14, but she looks nice, she's clean, and it I don't know, man, anyways, there's a bunch of dings, obviously, clearly it's really tight in at that Pilot. Especially today was nuts and chaos. It is really tight. You definitely got to be good at backing or have someone out there helping you. Ask another driver to help you. But I get it, man. It's tough out here. And there's some inexperienced drivers that, or maybe he wasn't or she wasn't, I don't know, but they hit me and they ran. I kind of understand from their perspective, whether they're a company driver or owner op. If you hit someone, it's gonna suck. You're either gonna have to deal with insurance, the cops, your company could get fired. I get that. Me, I'm the type of guy, it wasn't enough damage, but it scraped the shit. I mean, the one little ding near my headlight, they bent both of my mirrors back, damaged those a little bit, and then that little ding on the headlight, and then there's scrapes going down the side, right there by that quarter panel or whatever, that front quarter panel going over the tire. There's scrapes that could probably get buffed out, but still, man, it's kind of crappy of them. I feel like, you messed up, you hit another guy, at least try to wait. What they did is, because they could have parked and then talked to me, but they just dipped out. And it would have been like me, if I did that, I would have personally, waited and dealt with the embarrassment or whatever it would have been. But I feel like the best thing to do is, especially with an owner op who has to come off that with their own money, and that sucks, dude. I feel like a good person would have waited and said, man, I did this, you know, if I had money, you know, I would want to try to resolve it with the driver, me. You know, hey, can I give you a couple $100 or $100 or even freaking $20, or me personally, just them saying, hey, I did this and my bad. You know, please don't call the cops or the insurance. But you know, I get it from their perspective. I do, man. And in a way, I don't blame them. I wouldn't have done it like that if I hit someone, but that's why it's so important to be, you know, if you're not experienced, or even if you are experienced, like I was helping after that happened, because I think it's pretty bad backing. I mean, they could use another 10 feet, but that, you know, that's our life. It's what we do. So there's places like that all over the place, some worse, some better. So if you're not confident in your backing skills, or even, you know, you can be driving, you know, 600-700 miles a day, and then you're tired as heck, and then you get to a place that's packed and jammed, and you're just trying to park her and go to bed, man, and you don't want to be driving that thing no more. And I get that. And then sometimes when doing that, backing into a tight space like that, it can cause issues, you know. And that's probably what happened. Maybe he was in a hurry, maybe he had a bad day, maybe he drove far, and my old truck was the benefit of that, I guess you could say. Not really benefit, but beneficiary of that. It is what it is. I didn't call the cops. I'm sure Pilot has cameras, and I probably could have, you know, maybe called the cops and try to figure out who did it. The guy next to me, there was a guy parked next to me, another owner operator, and when I came out, and, you know, seeing that, obviously I looked to the guy next to me as the culprit. But then you know, after talking to him, I was a little upset at first, and I kind of blamed him, you know, but, you know, he made a good point, and I thought about it, you know, and like 9 times out of 10, the drivers are gonna just hit you and run. You know, that's unfortunate. I would like to think that, you know, more people, if that happened, would, you know, own up to it and try to make it right, you know, even if it's not, you know, calling the insurances. But so, I mean, there was nothing on his trailer, but then again, when a trailer hits a truck, I don't think you're gonna see much damage to the trailer. You know, those things are, you know, pretty stoutly made, and takes a lot more to damage the rear end of a trailer than a plastic piece off a fender or whatever of a truck. So, but, you know, regardless who did it, it is what it is. It's all good. I'm not mad, man. Life's too short to be mad about that. I was upset at first, you know, thinking about, you know, how I'm gonna, now I'm rolling around with big dings on it, but, you know, it could have been worse. They could have smashed out my light bulbs. They could have really messed up the panels and stuff, but really it's just cosmetic. It sucks, but I guess it is what it is, man. That is why I try not to park in infested areas like that, for that reason specifically. It just gets too chaotic, you know, with all the parking issues and you know, the DOT hours of service, you know, rules and everything. You know, drivers, when you get into, you know, cities like this in Chicago and, you know, big cities in Denver and LA and stuff, you know, all over really, even not in cities, you get that kind of problem. You know, a lot of drivers just trying to park her and find some rest, and no one can, so stuff like that happens. So I'm not mad. I'm just, you know, you all, if anyone's watching this and as a driver, you know, you probably may have dealt with this also, or maybe you have hit somebody. I just would like to think that we would all, be a little more not hit and run, It's kind of a shitty move, but I'm not mad. I ain't mad at you. I'm over it. Maybe I can buff it out or something. But I'm just chilling at this excuse me, pickup place here in Denver. They don't get here till 7 in the morning. I was hoping they were at 24/7, but my luck of being able to pick up early and deliver early seems to have ended at this stop. But that's all right. I mean, I could have drove quite a bit, but this load don't deliver till Monday anyways, and it's only 1,000 miles. So I'll stretch that out a little bit, but I hope you guys are all surviving out there with the rates dropping as they are. I had a hell of a time finding the past couple loads that paid what 2 weeks ago we would have called shitty, but now we would say that I'm above average. But it's kind of hard saying that when like a load that was average a couple weeks ago running $2,500, now an average is $1,700 to $2,000. It's just yucky. But what goes up, what goes down must go up, whatever they say. It's cyclical, just like real estate and anything else. Which, by the way, I am a realtor. I haven't, my last house I sold, well, actually I sold 7 this year, but I just helped some people buy a house a month ago back in Michigan, near the lake shore. They were pretty excited. They're doing well. They're all moved in. I'm gonna go visit them hopefully soon after they're all settled in. But the real estate market has also gone crazy. Everyone knows since the recession, people were buying, people were losing their homes, and then investors were buying them up like crazy, through the banks and foreclosures and all that good stuff. And ever since, we've seen a huge uptick in real estate, since, well, really, it's been 5 years. It's been going up and kind of sideways and up and sideways. But this past year, it was really booming in our market, and lots of millennials buying some nice homes, and just sellers. It's been a seller's market, pretty much all over the United States, and that's kind of, at least in my area, I've noticed less people buying the past few months. So again, it's this time of the year all the way around. It seems, there are some industries and some markets where this time of year is good. But most, generally speaking, the winter months are, nothing's popping. So, but the real estate market in our area has kind of slowed down, as with trucking. So, but I am listing some family friends of mine. They want to sell their house within the next month. They're older. It's time for them to they want to buy a condo with me. So we're gonna sell their house. We're gonna list it for market rate, basically. The comparisons in the area from the past 6 months are very healthy compared to what they were thinking. They last had it appraised, for $30,000 less than what I think I can sell it for, and I'm generally pretty on, pretty close to what I think I can sell it for. And I gave them a low and a high and a middle range of what we could list it at, and I think we're gonna go with the middle and see how the market reacts. I think they're gonna do better than we think that we will, because when you do that in these kind of markets and you price it just right, below middle, or maybe quite a bit below what other houses are selling, you can really make the market can react in a good location, in a hot market. You can really make a lot of buyers come in and overbid each other and get your client the best rate, best price for their home, and that's the goal, man. I didn't mean to get off in a tangent about real estate, but I do that also, and I'm passionate about it. And I love trucking. I enjoy real estate. They're both things I enjoy doing, and I just so happen, to be making money at them, So probably gonna. I don't know, man. I was thinking about putting my wait it for you guys, if anyone ends up, if this channel even goes anywhere eventually, maybe down the line. I don't know. I was thinking about putting up my real estate website, but then I don't know. I don't know if it's that good, because then people can I want, if anyone's is looking, even wants some information about becoming a realtor, or if they have friends or family, or they're in the Michigan markets and want my assistance, I can help them out. But I think I will put my personal real estate business website up. You guys can check it out, all my listings and information. I hope that doesn't backfire on me, because sometimes you get people hitting you up that don't have good intentions, and try to destroy you. But no, I think it'll be okay. Anyways, really the only reason I mentioned that about real estate is because we're talking about cycles in markets and industries and everything, everything has its own market, and any industry has a market that goes up and down. It's cyclical by nature, and many things can affect it, whether it be the economy, the government shutdown, international trade, bills that are passed through Congress that affect, taxes and businesses in general. There's so much, so much. Even the weather, the climate, the national, just so many things, man, can affect it. Different markets, different ways, and different times. So hopefully we can all just weather this storm, and there's better rates up ahead, So hope you guys are doing better than me. Although my truck was hit and I got nice little dings and scratches, and it kind of upset me that he hit and ran. It's still been a good couple of weeks. The rates are down, but I've been fortunate to be able to negotiate some pretty decent rates within consideration of the time and the falling rates. So yeah, man, things are pretty good. I hope you all are doing well, and we'll talk at you later. Peace out.